All right, everybody. Rational Gig Driver here. Live again, finally. But we have some updates on our journey to 100. It has not been filled without. It's not been without challenges and struggles. So I will update you now on where things stand. I hope. Let me make sure my headphones are connected in the right phone here. Maybe they're not charged. They're connected on something, but it ain't this one. Hold on here. So it's got to be this one. Oh, I don't know where they're connected. Well, anyways, I'll have to figure that out here in a minute when I get parked. But, anyways, it has been filled with some struggles because we have had some resets. Today we would have reached 100. That's the saddest part of it all. But we are back on the grind again, and it is not good at all. And I'll show you what I'll tell you what happened. We were at it yesterday. I didn't get to film because I had the team with me. And then hold on a minute here, guys. But yesterday, disaster struck. We had phone connectivity issues, and we lost two, and we ended up resetting. Essentially, where any decline I had would require me to do 100 orders to hit the 100% route. And then last night, I went on earn by order for a little bit, and ultimately it was just a disaster. I ended up declining a couple last night. So then today, first order of the day, or I turned my app on for the first order of the day, and it timed out. Nothing came through. I didn't know an order was even there. I had a connectivity issue. So anyways, so we've started it. So we are on our 10th order today, and we have 90 to go. So the grind started all over again. Like my son said, you know what? You're just out to make it. It's an opportunity to make more money, although I question that. So today we've been experimenting with earn by order, taking every order that's come to my phone. It has been horrendous, to say the least. It has definitely not been a very good experience. I'm hopeful as we careen into dinner, maybe we'll see something that will change the tone of the day. But so far we've made, until this order came in, we've made 6902. It's just not been very good. A lot of ridiculous orders, but anyways, it is what it is. So we are on an order right now. Behind me is Little Caesars. I just dropped off the team at the house, and we're going to be doing some dashing tonight. Goal to hit the 200. We're at 69, so we've got 131 more dollars to make. How you doing, Kevin? Good to see you, sir. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. The email on Father's Day, sir. Very nice to see that. Thank you very much. So the grind continues, and this is what I said is the downside to trying to reach 100%. One of them is there are things that happen that's out of your control. You're in a bad area. You're in a low cell phone reception area, and an order pops through, and it counts against you, and there you are. You're stuck. You're stuck for another 100 orders, and you're gonna have to finagle it again. But it's the challenge of getting to 100. That's the challenge to do it. How long will it take? How much money will we make? Will we give up? Will we just say, you know what, the hell with it, and we'll go to the next phase? I don't know, but we're going to, like I said, we have 90 more to go now. I'm not giving up at this particular moment, but there's been some thoughts. Yesterday, I was very upset because, like I said, and today, when we went up a point, I was like, wow, you got to be kidding me. So anyways, we were up to, at one point yesterday, we got up to 97%, and we've fallen back down. We fell down to 94 earlier today. Now we're at 95. The 95th one today would have gotten us up, because when we hit 97, we'd had the two issues that were due to cell phone connectivity again. So we would have been at 100 today. We would have been moving into the next phase to see if we can maintain it. and see where things went from there. And if we weren't going to be able to maintain it, then we were going to move into the next phase to where we were going to utilize the 25, or what I guess it would be 20, it would have been 24 turndowns, and see how we do drifting between 175 and utilizing earn by time to get some of those turndowns back. But anyways, for now, we're still getting to 100. So that's where we stand. All right, I'm going to run in here and go grab this order. I'll take you guys with me this time, I think. You may have to get deposited in the pocket at some point, but it is a scorching day out here right now. It's 96 degrees where I'm at. It's been very hot all day. I went home, took a little break, enjoyed some air conditioning, but my God, has it been a hot day. And I'll tell you what, it's unforgiving. I don't know how it is where everybody else is at, but if you're out dashing, make sure you're staying cool, because it is scorching hot right now. All right, I'll be back, or I'll take you guys with me. And I guess I don't need to wear these because they're not hooked up, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But if I try to go in, leave the live, I might lose the live. So I'm going to flip it around. All right, so sorry about that. That didn't go very well. Going in the store, I ended up putting you guys in my back pocket because I realized I had to type in on the computer and blah 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 blah. So probably I'll leave you guys in the car on future orders. But it's so hot, I don't want to let the phone get overly heated up. So, but I'll tell you, it's a scorcher out there. All right. So we're getting that lined up. There we go. All right, guys. We're on our way. We have a 4-minute ride to the customer, and we'll see what the next offer is that comes through, which will put us, we are 90 offers away from 100 right now. So because of the restart, I was able to start tracking the orders until hopefully we do not have any more issues. because like I said, we may at some point have to reconsider doing it at some point if we get too many resets. But we were so close last time. I'll tell you, it was frustrating, extremely frustrating. I apologize. You guys are going to hear the air because I got to keep it on when it's this hot. Keep the phones cooled down. Luckily, I have chargers that have no back. Basically, it allows the air. They're over top of my air vents that hold the phones, so it blows on the back of the phones, keeps them cool, and makes sure that they're operating at optimum. What's going on, Tommy? We're continuing the craziness, man. But I'll tell you what, it is extremely frustrating to be I was probably yesterday when all of this happened, if I got to count back, I was probably maybe 20 orders away, maybe 19, 20 orders away from getting that final order in, looking back at it, when the disconnections happened. And I fell to 97%. And it was like back to back. I was in a bad area. And I didn't even know I was paused. I just wasn't getting orders and messed with my phone. And then all of a sudden I'm in halls and I'm like, what the hell? And I checked and I'd gone down one. And then I got back online and then the same thing happened again. And then I was like, all right, I'm turning the phone off until we get into an area that I know is really good service. And it was like devastation because I realized I got to do 100 orders now. Right now, I'm going to have to do 100 orders. And there's nothing I can do about it. And like I said, so today I decided to switch it up a little bit and experiment a little bit with earn by offer. I don't know that we're going to do this much if it goes the way it's going today because it has been absolutely bullshit. And I can't turn down anything to follow my own rules. I guess I can, but if I do, I got to reset. And last night I kind of got myself in a predicament to where, I had to do that because I had gotten a pizza and I was trying to get Dashers to get home and realized, you stupid, you can't, I was going to use a courtesy to, where, if I go to the restaurant, it's not ready. But then I was like, you know what, it's going completely in the other direction. I don't want to do that and risk getting, deactivated with DoorDash because I go up and they see me show up at the restaurant and it's not actually, a real courtesy decline or cancel, where I sit there for 10 minutes. I just thought, you know what, I'm not playing with it. That's not fair, so I'm not doing it. So, plus I didn't want to wait the 10 minutes with my pizza for my family in the car, and I just said, the hell with this. So here we are, guys. We're at the drop off. I believe I might have dropped off here before. I know we've trick-or-treated here. This is in my neighborhood, actually. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. $2 base pay, $3 tip. So, of course, it's flagged as a high pay. I guess I'm going to have to go down here and turn down. These roads are so small. There's a little turnaround over here. Cul-de-sacs at the end. So now we're being told 1 to 2 minutes. Little Caesars is the hot spot. And we're on earn by offer. So we will see if earn by offer. We'll see if earn by offer hits us up with something. Whatever it does, we're gonna have to do it, or I'm gonna have to figure out a way around it. And one of the ways around it you can do is, obviously, if you take an order and it's not a great payout, and you get there, you wait 10 minutes, it'll what's that? Yeah, Steve, it's funny you should bring that up. Yeah, I'm seeing 8 for that. I'm seeing $8 for, well, let's see, I didn't see 8 for 20, but I saw today it was 8 for 14, and I did take it. My son was about ready to kill me, and I took it. Now, what did happen after that, I thought, well, maybe they're stacking. We just got an offer, guys, $6 for 2 miles, McDonald's. And this McDonald's is a really good McDonald's. Now, what I did see happen, okay, after that, after I did it, and I ate the bullet, I had started the day out, just to kind of give you guys an idea. This is what I noticed today. Is I started the day out with a $6 1 mile Pizza Hut order. I get the Pizza Hut. They immediately add a $6 plus order to that order for McDonald's. In total, I have, let's see here. I have, in total with DoorDash, 4,507. And I've been DoorDashing since April 2021. But I'm a multi-apper, okay? And normally, I'm focused on multi-apping across the spectrum. So I'll do a lot of Spark, I'll do Uber, I'll do Grubhub. And so that's why I normally will do, DoorDash tends to be my highest amount of volume out of the orders I do, but I'll sprinkle in there some other ones. So I don't just do DoorDash, if DoorDash starts sucking, I'll turn it off, or something else starts hitting. Anyways, so that order turns into $14 and some change with the extra on the one. So I started out with like $14 right away. And I was like, oh, that's great. 14 for 2 miles. Excellent. Then I got hit with a $6 for like 1 mile Chinese order. And it went up like 25 cents because I guess they were wanting me to wait. So I'm sitting at like $20 and I've driven 3 miles. And that's when they hit me with the 8 for 14. Okay. So once they got me done with that, now I'm at like $28 for 16 miles. Okay. So I'm still, my miles to money overall is still not, it's not negative or anything like that, because they had me at a point where I was at like $20 for 3 miles. So, they had me in a position. Then they turned around and gave me an offer for, I guess it was $5.50 for 6 miles. And I accepted that one. And then they quickly gave me a $6 plus order at the same restaurant I was at as soon as I arrived. So now I had, and that was for an extra 0.6 miles. So and then with the extra, with the 6, $11.50 for, I guess it was like 6 miles. And then that turned into a $14 payout. And I drove about six and a half miles and made $14.50 on that. So what I'm seeing being on the earn by offer is basically while I am still seeing those offers, they're kind of correcting them or trying to correct them with other orders and stacks and things. How you doing, Matthew Smith? Welcome from England. Great to see some international people here. So minimum payment for job on Uber is around $2.80. Yeah, well, I think our minimum is down to $2 right now, or $1.85 in some. I've seen $1.85 on my Uber Eats. I don't drive people around because I can't do it. It's a complicated situation because of where I live and the positioning in my state. I'm hoping maybe at some point Uber would correct it, but it doesn't seem to be corrected yet, or like it's going to be corrected. But but yeah, but like I said, at the end of the day, we drove for like 5 hours today. There was a break or two in between, because then following that nice stack that I talked about, they hit me with a $3.25 for 5 miles, and then I got, I think it was a, what did I get following that? I came back from that, and I think I got a $9.50 for 7. And then we had to quit for a little bit. I guess we didn't drive for 5 hours. We quit a little bit early because I had to come home. My son was locked out. Whatever. We went home, and then I came back out here. But we made $69. I think we drove a total of 44 miles in total by the end, when all the orders came in and were calculated. Let me see here if I can get this hooked up here. Connections, Bluetooth. Come on. Couldn't connect. All right, I hope I'm still here. Well, I definitely think there's a degree of using, and like I said, one of the ways, to be able to kind of really get a feel for what DoorDash wants you to make is accept every order, because that's the most pure form of, like, okay, Tony Shu says we want to pay our Dashers X, Y, and Z. Well, if I accept every single order that you give me, supposedly you're going to make sure I'm at a certain miles to money, etc. Now, yesterday I made $201 for the day. I worked about 12 hours. Okay, it was a brutal day, in that sense. But at the end of the day, I think I was at $1.18 a mile, and that was all earned by time. So I'm not very happy with that. That's not great in any way, shape, or form, because that means I'm driving, 200 miles to earn $200. Now, for experimental purposes, I'll continue to do that, at least for a little bit. That's why it's kind of like, when I realized I had to do 100 more orders, I'm like, okay, we got to put an end to this, because I'm watching right now, like, Spark just comes through, and I had let me see what this Spark order comes through at right here, $16.23 for 8 miles, that I could be doing right next door, but I'm doing a McDonald's order right now for 6 for 2, which isn't bad, and we'll see if that keeps up. But the biggest problem I see is it seems like, on the earn by offer side, I don't know. In my area, at least right now, what I'm seeing so far, accepting every order, it's a struggle to get up there, because I was only earning it. My delivery time, my active time, was only $18 an hour today when I went back and looked. And that's terrible. That was really not good. All right, I'm going to head in here, guys. I'll see you guys in just a moment. Yeah, I'm in, I don't mind saying, I'm in the Martinsburg, West Virginia region. And I dash in West Virginia, Maryland, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. So I have 4 states that are close by that I dash in. All right, I will be right back. All right, guys. We're back. I see I still have 11 of you in there. Hello, Helena. The driver was picking up some McDonald's. I apologize. I elected not to bring you guys in this time. I apologize. Let's put my ears back in. I do apologize for the continuous music. I hope I don't get into problems with YouTube. My son was DJing all day, so my phone will play the musical choices that he's put in there for us. I am the driver. Yes, ma'am. Yep. I am the driver. We are driving some McDonald's to a lucky customer right now. So we're about to get on the road. All right, put you guys in the passenger seat here. Give me a moment. That way you guys can see the view. There we are. You can see the wonderful Spring Mills Shopping Center sign there with Walmart. But I will say that the experience of working earned by time versus earned by offer, one of the things that I like about the earned by offer, besides the fact that the tips are a bit lower, is you don't feel as stressed. Do you get food too? Well, if you should decide to pick up whatever I'm picking up, then yes, you can have some food too. Or I'll show it to you and you can virtually eat it. But I don't eat the food. I just deliver it. Even though sometimes I'm hungry and will pick up snacks along the way. But right now it's the heart of dinner up here, and what I really need, after having made only $69 earlier today, we really need to find the alleged large order program orders. I know they're out there because I used to get them all the time, back in the day when things were much different. And I haven't seen them in a long time. The only large order programs I've seen, I guess I saw one in the Hagerstown Market, which is right up from us, and then I did see one up here. It was an Asian restaurant, but it's totally down the way. So we'll see if they want to summon us down there or not. Obviously, I'd prefer to be driving with food and money in the car than driving up there with dead miles to try to get up there and not knowing if they're even going to give me anything. Hello, Helena. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Oh, wait a minute. You're saying that there is another Steven in there, isn't there? You wouldn't know what my name was because I don't think my name's up there. But yeah, Helena, my name is Steven as well. So I saw that. I thought, how did you know my name? All right, here we go. So now we will turn the camera inside to security purposes and privacy purposes of the customer. We are about to get to the drop off. All right, let's see what we got here. We'll get our $6. Hand it to me. Okay. Well, I think I know who this is. I believe I might have delivered to them before. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
The customer requested you.
All right, guys. $2 base pay, $4 tip. We'll see what the next order comes in at. See if we get something decent. There are a couple of nice restaurants up here that I can get large order programs from, so that is always a possibility. And of course, there's Little Caesars and McDonald's, which will probably be where I get most of my orders from, because the algorithm, I think, knows that I'm accepting everything. It learns what you do, I think, to a degree. All right, there we go. Logged it all in. So now we are at $82.02 for the day. We have 89 orders now to hit 100. We are going to continue driving. I do have the other apps on, so if something does come in that's really good and I haven't got a DoorDash order yet, I will consider accepting it just to keep things flowing. We will consider doing, a Spark or an Uber or Grubhub, as long as it's something that makes sense. And looks like Spark took me offline because I hadn't accepted anything for a while. Let's turn that back on. Spark will do that, I've noticed. I don't know if you guys are seeing that in your markets, if you guys are driving. But they seem to take me offline if I'm not, and they make me log back in if I don't accept the order for a while, or to make me re-verify my identity. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, look, we've got a shop right now for Spark. So $19.89, 2 miles, 23 items. I don't like the items, but a Spark shop for 23 items is not really that much in my opinion. Walmart does a really good job of laying them out. But given that we're in a DoorDash challenge, I mean, it is great miles to money. That would put me at over 100 right quick. The question is, how fast can I get it done? I don't want to miss out too much of the hot time to earn for DoorDash. See you, Helena. Thank you for stopping in. Hopefully you stop back again and check in on things. We'll be broadcasting and live streaming probably for the rest of the summer, showing off this experiment that we're doing. So now, this is what I've seen happen to me a lot when I'm on Earn by Offer. It's like, you take these orders. I just took a $5 order, a $6 order, and now they're going to put me on a little bit of a pause. And now, when I'm on Earn by Time, because I'm taking care of the low tip orders, I feel like they don't really shadow pause you at all. It's just like I might have a little bit of a lull, and then they're fire me off an order. Like I said, I had about an average of about a 7-minute wait yesterday. They were at some points they were just coming one after another after another. Today's not been necessarily like that. All right, so they've increased. No, they haven't. That's a new one. Oh, here we go. Holy cow. So here we go. I think we have a catering bag order, I'm pretty certain. It's Fiesta Tapatía. It's a Mexican restaurant, $18.75 for 9 miles. I have a feeling it might be. Or actually, no, it's not. It's just, Jesus Christ. Somebody just being, I guess, extremely generous. I'm picking up a Shirley Temple, a jumbo quesadilla shrimp, and a cocktail de marisco. I guess it's a shrimp cocktail. And I'm getting paid $18.75 for 9 miles. Whatever, man. I'll take it. We need that. I told you we needed something big today, and there it is. So, I don't know if DoorDash is digging into their pocket to pay some base pay on this, but the interesting, weird part about it is that there is a Fiesta Tapatía up right near where this customer's at. There's actually another one across town. So why would they route it to me? I don't know. Those are the things I can never figure out, and still haven't yet figured out, is what they're doing sometimes. Sometimes it's like maybe they're wanting to reward me a little bit because I've been driving and accepting every order. My acceptance rate is higher. I'm parking in kind of an off-the-lot spot here. All right. So let's take a moment and take a look at the order. Let's see here. I can't say the name out loud. Carol, I guess I can. It really doesn't matter. Oh, wow. So they're putting me all the way to the other end of the market. That's great. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. That's actually exactly where I want it to go. So $18.75 for 9.7 miles. There it is. Wow. I mean, and it's literally putting me where I'm going to be delivering this to is right in the middle of the market, of the hotspot that I would want to be at and would have driven to. So appreciate it. Thank you, Fabian. So put in the chat there what you think. What do you think the base pay will be on this? It's 1875, 9 miles. Will it be $2, which would mean they would have tipped me 1675? Will it be 225, which means they would have tipped me 1650? Or will it be 375 and it's a $15 tip? What do you think it is? I think it's 375 and a $15 tip, but it's kind of crazy that they're giving a $15 tip. I mean, that's great. I appreciate it, but my God, they're not ordering that much. But at least they're showing respect for the driver. But again, there's the actual Fiesta Tapatia that is right near where they're at, which is where I would think they were thinking they were getting their food from, not the one up here. But I mean, what do I know? But now the fun will be seeing how long it takes them to prepare this order. There's normally a wait here. DoorDash is saying I'm going to be on this order for 53 minutes. We'll wait it out. 1875, I'll wait it out. I mean, why not? You know, that's good stuff. And this will put us at $100 for today. So with that said, guys, you guys can watch the restaurant. I'll turn you around. I'll be back. Whoops. One more time. There we go. There it is. And you're talk among yourselves. Put in the chat what you think we're going to make base pay wise. Let's see who gets it closest. My vote is $375 base pay, $15 tip. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. All right, guys, we're back, and I figured it out. I know why they sent me here, or why the customer tipped me without probably knowing that there was a restaurant nearby, or why they would have had the perception. We're going to a hotel. So these are people that are staying in a hotel. They have no idea where the restaurants are. So for them, they're just like, hey, we're on vacation. We want to get some good Mexican food. And they're in a good mood. And they're like, hey, we're going to dole out $15 to the DoorDash driver. So that's awesome. And this was a dasher here you're seeing right here. That there was a dasher that was waiting inside. That must be her husband, who was waiting on the order. Or her husband must have been driving around the parking lot while she was waiting on the order. And they're on their way. Or maybe he was picking up an order for himself on his account. She was picking up an order on her account. And they're off to make some money. Like we are. So this will be order. We have 88 orders to go, guys. 88 orders. Provided we don't have any more mishaps. And it seems like a tall mountain to climb, especially when we got so close this time and ended up just absolutely bogeying it at the last minute, in the last 20. So unfortunately, where I live, there are a lot of patches where AT&T has problems. So when we get into that final 20 and if we make it back down there again, it's going to have to be just a careful ballet of making sure that we don't F this shit up again. Apologize for the cussing, but my God, I was so mad yesterday. Of course, I had kids in the car, so I kept it PG, but I was like, I can't believe this happened. So my hope is we get down here, all right, and this is where we want to be. I mean, in theory. Now, there's a couple ways things could go. We could come down here and DoorDash could decide, hey, I'm gonna make up all the shit I put you through for the last couple of days. I'm gonna start just your 90-something%. It's time to just feast on large order program orders. Because when we get down here, we're gonna be sitting in the main hub. We've got an Outback, Buffalo Wild Wings, Fin Thai, Asian Garden, Chili's. Of course, there's the normal McDonald's, Wendy's. We want to stay away from Wendy's. This Wendy's is one of the most dysfunctional Wendy's out there. We don't want any parts of it. But without fail, they seem to like to send me there whenever I'm doing something like this. It makes it really hard to hit that accept button. Because there's always something that goes wrong. Like today, it was just a mess. I go in there, there was like 6 dashers standing in there because I had an order from there today. Woo. And there was one person working the register. My order sitting back there behind the counter. I'm trying to be respectful. This young lady, I'm trying to get her attention because I know my order's sitting back there. Eventually, I just went and grabbed it. I mean, it was such a dysfunctional mess. I had another order with a stack. I had to go pick it up. And I'm like, I can't just sit here. I know it's my order. I can see what it was. I can see the ticket. Anyway, it was just a mess. So I want to stay away from there. When dinner rush hits, it doesn't get better in there. It gets worse. And they're very rude, very disrespectful to drivers. They absolutely hate us. So, normally I would just decline it. That's one of my declines. But can't do that. Now, if I get in there again, and in this case, the Wendy's order I had was a $6 plus, so I stuck it out because I thought, well, it's a $6 plus, and it did. It turned into, I want want to say $8.50 order, I think. And then I had this a $6 flat. So I got $14.50 on both orders. But had it not been for the plus sign and the possibility of getting more, and in fact we were only traveling about 3 miles at that was one I think I forgot talking about. It was like 3.5 miles total. I said, well, I'll take that. And I didn't want to mess it up, so I said, well, fine, I'll work it out. And I knew I had another order waiting that was probably needing the extra minute or two. I'd have probably waited it out there, even if I would have gotten that order right away and not had to sit there and wait for a minute or a couple of minutes while Wendy's was trying to figure their shit out. But anyways, it all worked out. But ideally speaking, we get something from one of those, or we get something from Del Sol Cafe. That's another one that's down there. There's a whole hub. There's Angela's Pizza, great pizza place, really good payouts from that restaurant. All their customers tip really well. They have a really efficient setup in there on Fridays and Saturdays when the pizza deliveries are going crazy. They actually set their own little DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats area up. So you walk in, the driver checks in, and you get a pretty accurate time frame. And then if it's ready, they ask you to put the pizza bag up. They load your pizza bag for you. I mean, just super duper good stuff. And then, of course, there's a Walmart down there, which I do a lot of business with as well. But right now, we're not worrying about Spark. Now, if I turned Uber off and I turned Grubhub off because it was going off when I was in the restaurant waiting. I didn't want to have it disrupting the restaurant and going off. In the event that I turned Uber and Grubhub on, there's also good possibilities you can get strong orders down there for them as well, any of those restaurants. Now, some of the lower tier restaurants that are there that we want to avoid, Little Caesars, Wingstop, Five Guys. Although Five Guys isn't horrible, it's just there's always a wait because Five Guys doesn't prepare their fries or shakes until you're there, which I understand why that happens, but it always creates a wait. So if I'm on earn by offer, and if I'm on earn by time, who cares? Because a lot of Five Guys customers will tip, but I don't get a lot of Five Guys when I'm on earn by time. It's just not been my experience. But anyways, those are some of the lower tiers. Then you go on the other side. There's Chipotle, there's Panda Express, there's Blaze Pizza, there's Bob Evans, there's Taco Bell, Arby's. I mean, it's all right there. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A is there. God forbid we get Chick-fil-A. So there's a lot of potential, and there's a lot of guys that are like restaurants that I would prefer not to have to deal with right now, but probably I will. Maybe it just depends on what's happening. And given that they want me down there, obviously they just gave me $18 for 9 miles to come down, so they're willing to pay me $2 a mile to get me down here. I assume when they get me down here, they're going to want me carrying some water for them. Now, also, the other one that I do a lot of business for down here that I really, really like, I think they're really, really good, is Papa John's. They're down there. And I do a tremendous amount of business for Papa John's. The lady, the counter lady in there, I like her a lot. She does a great job. You know, on occasion there are waits, but they do a good job of making sure you know what's going on, communicating with you, making you feel welcome. So I don't mind waiting for that. But this is what we got, guys. So, you got to know your market. You got to know what's going on. And we're going to see where this goes out. I mean, we'll be sitting at $100. So it's 7 o'clock. With the right mix of orders, I could very easily be north of 150 within 2 hours. With the wrong mix of orders, I could be south of 150 in the next 2 hours. Very far south. So, given that we're turning the controls over to DoorDash today, and until I hit 100%, it is what it is. I hope they don't blow the wheels off. Oh, Panera Bread's down there too. Olive Garden's down there, but Olive Garden does not participate with DoorDash. I don't believe. I don't see them on any of the platforms. I don't know why that is, but it's probably because honestly, their food probably doesn't do well in a delivery setting. So they'd rather just have takeout and let the customer come pick it up. Oh, and then of course there's Fiesta Tapatía. You're going to see that, guys. When we turn right here, you're going to see kind of a wild-looking Mexican restaurant. It used to be a Shoney's. Sits next to Burger King. Burger King is a spot they love to send me to when I'm on earned by time for some reason. Because I don't know, there's a large concentration of low-tip or no-tip customers at this Burger King that love to get their food delivered for nothing. But this Fiesta Tapatía, the one we were just at, is not bad. I don't mind that one. You tend to have a little bit of wait, but they're very nice to drivers. This Fiesta Tapatía, the one over to the right that you're looking at right now, well, they're assholes to the drivers that come in there. They treat you like you're a third-rate citizen and ignore you, and it's just not a very pleasant experience. But we're going to be delivering to a hotel right down here. So we're going to be going right past. And it is not the Red Reef Inn, it is the Holiday Inn. And this used to be a Sheraton. This used to be a 4-diamond hotel at one point when it first came. It used to be a brick building. And there's actually, if you go on Netflix, I don't know if you've seen the Octopus series that's on there. This is where the murder happened in that series. It was in the 5th floor. I remember as a kid, we would all go up. We all knew where the room was, and there used to be old blood droplets, or where they cleaned up in the fire escape. I remember when that happened. But this is a hotel. It was a Sheraton at that time. Now it's a Holiday Inn. So I'm gonna just park right here. It's easier to park here. So I'm not sure what room number we're delivering to right now. Perhaps it's on the 5th floor. But this is where it all went down. Man cut his wrists. Pretty brutal crime. No, we're on the 2nd floor. So, which is good because that's the lobby. So this won't take long. And this is now a 3-star hotel. But the Diamond program, the fact that it was a 4-diamond hotel, meant it was very, very nice at one time. And it was a premier hotel down here. And eventually it kind of fell into disrepair, and then Holiday Inn took over, and then they did a huge remodel of it, invested millions into it. And here we sit. All right, guys, I will be back. Wish me luck. All right, guys, we're back. So I was wrong. The lobby is on the 3rd floor, so we had to go down one level. But I got to see the pool I learned to swim in. That used to be a place we used to hang out. I used to hang out when I was a kid. They had a pool there. That was the premier sports club in the area we would all take advantage of and go to. So it's actually right down near all that. I could see right down the hallway to it. But it took a bit longer than I hoped it would because I had to ride the elevator downstairs. Now, on to the payout. We got paid out $18.75. I had asked everybody to put in there. I don't see anybody put it in. That's okay. But I was right. $3.75 on the base pay and $15 tip. So not bad at all. Of course, on an order like that, you think about, well, I spent probably, I don't know, a half hour on the order. So we would have gotten $3 more. It would have been a $21 payout if we had been on by time. But I probably wouldn't have seen that. And that's what I mean by DoorDash uses the missing base pay that I should have been paid on that order there for the distance. And it was a 9-mile order after all. Certainly should have been paid more than $3.75 base pay, but they gave me $3.75. However, that factored into whatever calculations they were using. And somebody on the earn by time side will now realize the benefit of the time I didn't get paid because the tip on that one was $15. So they used the tip to offset it. That's how they do it. All right. So now, guys, the bad news is Panera Bread is the hot spot it's telling me to go near. I hope that's not what they send me an order from, because this Panera Bread has tremendously long waits. But we'll see. Oh, we gotta turn that off. I'll get a strike on that stuff. All right, so here we go. And I did get a shop offer for $11 for 1 mile for Spark, but I didn't do anything with it. I didn't really even take a close look at it because it came in when I was trying to process the order out. So it was like, I looked at it, kind of swiped it away, and then it was already gone. It's, you know, all the Spark orders are already gone now. But as you're seeing down here, we have Viet Bistro, which hasn't registered with any apps, but we've got Las Trancas. I forgot about Applebee's. There's Wild Wings. I used to like to post up over here, but there's a lot of that post up. Now, of course, I've got the stats. I mean, I've got the juice, so to speak, allegedly, that I should be getting the best orders that I can that are available on the Earn by Offer platform. If you really believe you're getting that's really what's happening. I don't, because I don't understand how I'm seeing these, still seeing $3, $3.25 5-mile orders, and I'm at 90 something percent, 95%, 100% completion rate. So how are we going to really believe that that's a premium order? And you're telling me there wasn't a driver around that they couldn't have offered that to, when they've got a 95%er sitting right there and say, okay. No, he doesn't see that one. We're waiting for a proper one for him, because obviously I had to have taken some of those to get up here. But anyways, I digress. We got Firehouse Subs, Chili's is over here, Panera. Here we go. All right, let's see what we got. I think we might have something here. We do. Papa John's, and it's not horrifying. It's not great. It's going to pull us out over to the east side of the town, and it's a 645 2.4 mile Papa John's order. So would I like to have more out of a Papa John's order, especially as I mentioned, sometimes there is a slight wait. Of course, but beggars can't be choosers right now. I'd rather be doing this than some 325 6-mile order that just absolutely sucks. So this at least makes sense miles to money. We just came off of the 1875. Maybe, just maybe, we get stacked here because pull around, you're going to see the landscape. This is exactly what you want in orders. You want to have the setup, because this is why I like to be down here, because I've got Blaze Pizza over here. Over on this right side of the screen is Blaze Pizza, Chipotle, Panda Express, Chick-fil-A. Over on the left side is where we're going. You've got Papa's, Arby's, Taco Bell, McDonald's. So what we should be doing right now, or what I hope to see, being it's dinner time, is we see a stack. Will it happen? I don't know. I think there's another Dasher over there. He's enjoying a smoke break while he waits for his pizza. It looks like I think he might have his kids in there, it looks like. Either that or he's dancing. One or the other. All right, so it looks like we're picking up a 16-inch New York style pizza. That's what we had for dinner last night. It's actually pretty good. Although believe it or not, I like Domino's New York style pizza better, to be honest with you. All right, we just got an offer up the street, 2 miles, 12.91, but it's 18 items. That's a little bit much apartment, so we would not even consider that. All right, guys, I will be right back. Let's go see if this thing's ready. All right, got our we got our order in the car. We've got a 7-minute drive, and it's a handed to me, of course. Most pizza orders are handed to me, as I see. I think Papa John's orders, anyways, because I think Papa John's and a lot of the pizza places prefer you not leave their pizza on a doorstep. They want that pizza going in the customer's hands like a traditional pizza delivery would. Little Caesars, I've noticed, is one that I get a lot of leave it doors on. They're also one of the most notorious pizza companies for no tips, because their customers traditionally are not used to Little Caesars being delivered. So as a result, it's my theory that that's why a lot of Little Caesars customers don't tip that much. It's also because it could be just cheap pizza, and that just kind of goes hand in hand. It's just synonymous with trying to get it for as cheap as you can, and adding a $5 tip doesn't fit in with the storyline of Little Caesars. Because in my opinion, if you guys are wondering out there, those of you watching, tuning in, we are on a race to 100% for DoorDash for our AR. We need 87 orders to go. We had a mishap yesterday. Disaster struck, and it continued into today. And first order of the day, we had cellular connectivity issues. Well, we had cellular connectivity issues twice yesterday, dropping us from 99 to 97, heartbreakingly. And then yesterday evening, I turned on Earn by Offer after a long day of dashing and decided I was going to try to get some orders going in the direction of home, and it just, the orders that came didn't make sense. I shouldn't have even had the app on at all. I was just getting greedy. And anyways, thought, well, what the hell? It's already been dropped. I got to already do 100 orders. I'll just decline a couple. So, started the day out at 94%. At 95%. Started today out, first time I turned the app on, I guess it was like in some sort of cellular spot between, I had my Wi-Fi on at my house and Wi-Fi was still turned on and no order came in, and I thought it was just spinning, and then I realized something was wrong. I flipped out of the app and realized I was on pause, checked my acceptance rate, and I was at 94%. And then heartbreakingly enough, earlier today we hit 95, which would have been our 100 or our 100% order yesterday. We not had those issues. So anyways, we're back on the grind. 87 orders to go to reach the goal, and that's where we stand. And right now we're delivering a Papa John's order. We're 4 minutes from the customer. We're sitting at $100 right now. This is a $6 order. Once this order processes through, we should be sitting certain. But this was $6 and some change, I do believe. $6.45 is what this was. So what that tells me is we probably have either a $2 or a $3 base pay, and we have either $4.45 or $3.45 tip, which is fine. We're just delivering one pizza. Although my opinion is, you're doing delivery in today's world, in today's economics, $5 should just be the de facto tip across the industry at this given moment, and then work your way up from there based on distance, based on complexity, based on various different things. That's my opinion, and that should just be the standard, because you're having someone deliver something to you. But obviously there's different things you're having delivered. Some require you to shop for them, some don't. Some require you to have specialized bags, some don't. And all of that should be taken into account when you're considering the order. Now, most people are not going to, because, it's food delivery at the end of the day. It's just dinner going to your house. But if you really sit down and think about it, you need to kind of give it a little extra thought, because, look, I want to make sure that food that I'm ordering, there's a reason why you have a driver go do it, because the average everyday person doesn't have the bags that I have, doesn't have the coolers that I have, doesn't have the ability to ensure that your food goes from the kitchen of the restaurant to hot bags or cooler bags in the event you're getting sushi or getting some sort of dessert and then to your front doorstep, and then make sure that, again, I don't understand why more people don't do hand it to me, or at least they don't have a table out front. I don't want anybody putting anything on the ground out front of mine because, I mean, there's ants, there's bugs, there's stuff, and you're putting food down, delicious food, sometimes sweet food, sometimes blizzards, and people just let that shit sit outside front. And I know because by the time I walk back to the car, secure my bags back in, get in my car, it's at least a couple of minutes. I mean, and some of those front porches I've had to leave food on are incredibly infested with ants and stuff. I mean, it's just sick. But it is what it is. All right, guys. Privacy standards or privacy protocols are in effect. Oh, hold on. Gotta turn it back around. There we go. There I am. So you're gonna see me. I'm gonna see you. So let me know. What do you think? $2 or $3 base pay on this? Or maybe it's somewhere in between. I've seen those two, 225s, 250s. We are on Earn by Offer. Will we see a large order program tonight, guys? Will we? Let me know. Let me know. All right, let's see here. Let's find where we're delivering. This must be mine. Yep, it is. All right.
Handed to recipient.
Yes, be right back. All right, guys. $225 tip, or sorry, $225 base pay. I believe it's $420 tip. Speculate among yourselves on that tip. Was he telling us something? Did I get that vibe? Well, that's between me and my customer. Those are the secrets that won't be told. And there are some things delivery drivers can't tell. But $420, I'll tell you. There might be a reason why he was ordering an extra large pizza. Let's leave it at that. Let's see here. What time is it? All right, here we go. All right, guys. So now we're a slightly out of the area. Not. I mean, we're not out of the. We're still in our market. We're not. We're not. Outside the range of our market, but we're a little bit out of range of where we might see an order right away. So we just got a shop offer. It's the same 20 item shop that they wanted me to do earlier. I think. Yeah, we definitely wanted to turn right here. So we're not even gonna mess with that. That's definitely not even in the range of things to do here. So we've made 3620 this dash. Today we've made a total of $107.22. So, the question will be, do I stay out? And when we hit 9 o'clock, I'm going to kind of do a field test to myself and say, where am I feeling right now? How am I feeling about things? Because if we're really far south of 200, then I'll probably just call the day. It is what it is. We will have been out, not entirely the entire 9-hour time delivering, but we will have had 9 hours that we focus on delivery today. Yesterday was a very long day. Tomorrow's going to be another long day, and I've got to get up early in the morning to get my son to football practice and everything else before I go out to deliver. So probably, unless we're knocking at the door of $200, probably will, but we'll see. You never know. Like I said, and here we go, chopsticks. That's all up, guys. Finally. Thank you so much, DoorDash. Thank you so much. I don't know how much it's going to be, but gosh darn it, we've needed that for a long damn time. That's exactly what I expect to receive. I haven't seen one in a long time that said large order catering bag required, $25.50 plus. It's 12 miles because we're probably about 5 miles from the restaurant. And then we're going to drive wherever the hell we drive. So I was just talking about this. I don't know how much this pays out. This could be huge. It could be 50 cents extra. But regardless, we're going to get 26 bucks for 12 miles. So this is what I've said, what I wanted to see if this was going to happen. And it's happening on Earn by Offer. Now the question is, when we get to the end of the day, I can do a little comparative analysis to say yesterday was all Earn by time. Today is all Earn by Offer. We're still going to be able to do analysis. But here we are, guys. For those of you just joining in, it's getting exciting. We are on a $25.50 plus order for Chopsticks sushi restaurant, which we're heading to right now. It's 12 miles. It's about 5 miles to the restaurant, and it'll probably be about another seven some change miles to the customer, wherever it goes. This is a big market, but it's $25.50 plus. Now, I don't know what we've got. We'll figure it out when we get there. I guess I can see. So we've got sushi. It says, I don't know what the hell this is. It says sake. But it says one-time sushi, nigiri sashimi, 2 regular rolls, 1 thing of seared tuna, an order of crab ragoons, a hornet roll, an American dream roll, and a special fried rice, a bilger bowl, 2 California rolls, another bilger bowl, a Be My Guest, and a shaggy dog roll. This is a big order, guys. This is a big order. So hold your seats. This is what it's about right now. This is what you've come to see. Do we get good orders at 90-some%? I haven't seen one of these orders like this in this market in a very, very long time. I see all year. They've pretty much stopped coming to my phone. Here it is. This is the first time I've seen catering bag required. The last time it was over $100, only because I saw it on the receipt. The was no catering bag required, and it paid out $18 and $11 base pay, so it paid out $29. I wasn't unhappy with it. It was on earned by time, and they sent me all the way to Shepherdstown, West Virginia, which is a bit out of my way. Now let's see where we're going here. Okay, we're going to Shepherdstown again. They're asking for plenty of condiments, teriyaki, soy, yum yum, and extra wasabi, please. Well, I will make the request when I'm in there. I wonder if this is actually where I delivered the last order to, which was an $18 tip, but this one has a lot. I mean, this is a tremendous order. The last one was not that. It was just barely over 100. But let's talk about that, where we're going. You know, it's only about 7.5, probably 8 miles up the road, but there's strong potential here. We're going to have some return trip. Now, we finance that in there because, I mean, just even without the additional whatever that should be, we've got the $2. It's $2 a mile. So if we have to come back down, we will. It's just that it being 7:45, it's going to wear the night out, so to speak. But this will put us at, just on face value alone, this will put us at $132 and some change. If we get some extra in there, if this were to turn into a $30 or $40 plus order, I'm not saying it will, but I had a Red Lobster order turn into 40 some dollars. It's possible. But you know, we're sitting at 137, so we're knocking on the door of 150. We should be done with this order a little after 8 o'clock, depending on if we have to wait at the restaurant at all. We might have to. I mean, this is a very big order. There's a lot to this order. So it's at the sushi bar. They also do these poke bowls. That's what we have there. Build your own bowls. I enjoy this place. My family enjoys this place. So it's a good restaurant. But I also know those bowls alone, depending on the add-ons, and they have quite a few add-ons on there. I mean, we ran up a bill. We have, 4 eaters, and I have 1 little eater in the house. And, you know, we usually, when we go here, we run up a $70 tab. So, with what I'm seeing on here, sushi rolls, build your own bowls, I'm figuring we're definitely well over 100. We're well north of $100. Easily well north of $100. Probably in $200 territory, being that they're ordering through the DoorDash platform. And I've seen this, that I do believe they're going to send me with a receipt, or at least in the past they have. And I'll get to see what the total is. And DoorDash, boy, do they get their piece of beef. Whoa. There it is. Wow. Poor little girl almost ran out in the middle of the road. Looks like her sister and her friend are walking her from Dairy Queen to the 7-Eleven. Little girl was just off in her own world, just taking on off. Anyways, I should have had the camera turned. You guys would have seen all the drama. It's what you see when you're out here driving around. But anyways, and this is going to be a handed to me order, which I don't mind because it's a lot of pieces. So I would rather, when you have again, this is where we talk about it. You say, can you make a value statement to your customer? Why it's worth it to tip the customer, tip them well, and get a good driver who's willing to take these orders, who's qualified for these orders. This is where the value statement is in what we do. I have the coolers. The sushi, the cold stuff, it's all going in separate containers. I have multiple catering bags. I have coolers for stuff. It's going to get packaged well. And I'm not afraid to be facing that customer with their $200 worth of food, which is a lot of money worth of food. And they expect when they get it out, and we're going to make sure it's good. Anyways, so we arrived. We will absolutely wait this one out, however long the wait needs to be. It says pick up by 8:01, so 11 more minutes. So we will Get our figures updated, and I'll go in and status check this thing. Sometimes places have beat they beat their own estimates. I don't know that this will be one of those cases, though, because it's a lot of food, and I can imagine they're going to be working on it. But I'll tell you what, I'm happy to see it. This is what I wanted to happen. I'd love to get another one of these tonight before the night's over. And let me show it to you guys again. This is the screenshot I took. There it is. If you can see it, it's inverted. I apologize. 25 plus for 12.2 miles. 15 items. Large order catering required. That's what we're talking about. And I'll know in a minute if I've ever been here. I think I might have, but I'm not certain. It looks familiar, or at least I've been in the neighborhood. 24, 620. We got the 742. So we only had to wait 3 minutes for that order. So a good flow tonight. I'm glad we didn't stop and take any type of shots or nothing like that, because it gave us the opportunity to get a shot at this order. And perhaps it'll really super be worth it, or maybe it'll just be barely worth it, but it's still, to me, $25. And there is a couple of nice restaurants in this area that we're going to, that there is the potential, but they close. The reason why I'm not that high on this is they all close around 9 o'clock on every, it's just the way the community is. It's a college town. So chances are we might get something to run down. It might put us to work. You never know. I've had it happen. And then there's a McDonald's, a Dairy Queen, a Subway up here that will send orders out too. The question will be whether we want to get stuck up there or we want to head back down and just get back in here and utilize the dinner, what's left of the dinner rush. All right. So now, it's time to see exactly how long our ride's going to be, and then we're going and check on the status of this order. And let's give our friend from the last order his credit, $4.20 tip. Very happy on that. About 80 cents shy of what I would have liked to have seen, but that's okay. We'll forgive him. 4:30. So 7.5 miles, 15-minute drive. Looks like this is part of the I have been back there. And delivered back there before. That's why I recognized. And it's right behind. There's a King's Pizza up there. There's Dairy Queen, Subway. It's actually right in behind that shopping center. So the chances are we're going to walk away with a follow-up order, whether or not it takes us back down here right away or not. And we were up there earlier today, in fact, delivering the $3 order from earlier today. I see that on my map. So I was up there. It's just shy of that house. So we're going back up, but we're going up for a much better order this time. And we have not delivered to this customer before. So, great. Or if we have, I didn't record it. And that is possible because I haven't always recorded my stuff every single time. But I do a lot. At one point, I was doing a lot of delivery in the Charlestown market and out of market. So it's only recently that this market has become a go-to. All right. So we are ready to go. So 15-minute drive whenever those sorters ready. Hopefully it'll be ready soon. Or it'll be ready when we walk in. I'm going to head in and check it out, guys. In the meantime, take care, swipe away if you need to. Come back and check it out, and I'll let you know what the payout is. And we now need 86 orders. So we are 86 orders away, guys. And I'll talk to you soon. I guess. Well, fantastic news. That order was ready. There's good news, there's bad news, as there always is with everything. The bad news is they package it all in this big box. So the hot, the cold, all of it's together, and there's really nothing much I can do about that. I'm not going to get digging in there. But let me tell y'all ever wonder, y'all out there that aren't, maybe you're drivers, maybe you aren't, you want to know the difference between DoorDash, what they charge places, what DoorDash's take is? And this restaurant I love for doing this, because they give you the receipt. So on DoorDash's platform, this was $176.34. So chances are, maybe they gave me an $18 tip and DoorDash is giving me like $8 base pay. I doubt it. They could. But they could be giving me, it could be if they gave me a 20% tip, you're talking about, this could be $34 tip. Could be a $25 tip. It could be a 15% tip. Anyways, we won't know. But the point of what I'm wanting to tell you guys is if you went to this restaurant and bought the food that this customer bought at this restaurant, the customer spent $148.15. Okay, $148.15. DoorDash charged in their system the customer $176.34. So if you're doing the math on that, nearly $30 more, almost $28 and some change was paid by this customer to use the DoorDash platform. So if they just went to the restaurant, they would have paid a tremendous amount less. So think about that next time you decide. Not to say I want to deter you from using the apps, but that's what they've done. Now, it doesn't mean, I don't know if one or two things could be happening. This restaurant, I believe restaurants, they were cracking down. So the restaurant either raised the prices to compensate for that on everybody, because I know they were really cracking down on restaurants, saying you can't just go charging more money to your in-house customers or your delivery customers, because customers were getting upset. So they were encouraging them to raise all the prices. But that's DoorDash's take. DoorDash is getting like $30-some on this order from the restaurant. And the restaurant is having to either raise their prices to compensate for it, or they lose that. And in the restaurant world, this is where the restaurant gets hit. And restaurants, they call it, where the argument's been made that DoorDash is putting restaurants out of business, or at least some of the smaller restaurants who can't absorb those costs. Because the bigger places like Outback, the chains, because of their high volume, they're negotiating to have a lesser amount charged. So in other words, there might only be a $15 cut coming out, which is what you're seeing the difference on those two receipts. And DoorDash is forced to or the restaurant is either forced, like I said, mark up their prices to represent what they need to clear in order to be profitable. Obviously, that impacts them in a way that now their prices have gone up, and now their customers are like, I can't afford your food, so they don't show up as much. So it still hits the restaurant. That's where the argument is, well, it puts the restaurants, these smaller restaurants, lose business volume because they've had to raise or increase their prices. Or they leave their prices low, and then DoorDash takes that percentage out, which is almost like 30%, and the restaurant now is taking a loss potentially, because remember, restaurants mark up. A lot of people say, oh, they mark up their food a lot. Yeah, well, they're marking up their food because in order for them to have fresh food, there's a certain portion of their fresh food they have to give away to spoilage. We had that happen in the movie theater industry. There was a certain amount of popcorn, of things that got spoiled that you brought in bulk and you didn't sell it all. And you had to offset that with what you priced your food at to make sure that you were offsetting your spoilage cost. You're offsetting the amount that your employees might give away. There's all these little things that are going to come up that add up. And then when you're giving DoorDash 30% of your profits on all your takeout orders, they're having to offset that with their in-house dining, and make it up, or raise their prices. And people now are accustomed. Now they're getting this customer out here. But DoorDash is walking away. Now, this is where I made my arguments. I said, DoorDash is walking away with $30 on this order right now. I know that right there, like $28 in fees. Now, yes, part of that goes to finance, the technology costs. I understand that, and it costs a lot, I'm sure, to put together everything they need to. Part of that goes to pay DoorDash support to be available when a driver needs them. I understand that. But the customer's also paying a little bit too, right? They're paying some on their end. They're paying the DoorDash maintenance fee on their end. You know, this difference in cost is not even taking into account that, because DoorDash charges the maintenance fee on that $178 cost. So that drives that fee up for them. So DoorDash is walking away in this order right now. They're walking away with probably $40, you know, in fees. The customer, of course, is tipping us or tipping me. So there's the tip, and then we'll see what the base pay is. So I want you to keep that in mind as we proceed on this order. When I tell you the base pay, I want you to understand that base pay came out of all those fees. That DoorDash retained whatever my base pay is. DoorDash retained the difference. So in this case, we know, like I said, $176.34 is what the customer paid, plus the tip, plus the maintenance fee that they would pay DoorDash, plus a delivery fee if they weren't a Dash Pass member. But if they are a Dash Pass member, they get that back. Now the maintenance fee gets reduced a little bit, but it's still there. So if they're not a Dash Pass, this customer is also paying, I believe it's a percentage, I don't know what the percentage is off the top of my head, off that 176. But if they were to go dine in-house on this, it's $148.15. So DoorDash is making, like I said, about $28 on this, on the markup. That's what they're taking. That's what they're getting out of the order. Plus whatever fees they garner off of that they charge the customer to put the order into their system. Plus any delivery fees that were paid, either through allocated from the Dash Pass or that were paid because the customer isn't a Dash Pass. All right, we're back. I apologize. I went from 23 to 6. I know. And there I am. All right, we're back. I apologize. I went from 23 to 6. I know. All right, I think I'm back. All right, so we're back. Anyways, what I was saying is imagine that. You see all the money that they're getting out of this order, right? And then you take it and you say, okay, they're utilizing, as I've explained, they're using earn by time and earn by offer to do what they used to do with the $5 minimum base pay, where they did a base pay guarantee of up to $5. And if your tips were over that amount, they didn't give, in other words, they said base pay was $1. But if you got, say, $1 plus, let's just make it simple, $1 plus 5, so you got paid $6. You didn't get $6. You know, where you would get $6, right? So maybe that's a bad example, I guess. So let's just say you got a $10 tip, right? And it was like, all right, you're going to get a $10 tip plus $1, so that would be $11. And they were saying they were calculating base pay. They were just going to flatline you and say, okay, you're getting only $6 of the extra tip. You know, they weren't giving you above. They were guaranteeing you up to $5. So if, let's say, the customer didn't tip, they'd still give you $5. But then if a customer tipped you on that offer, the guarantee that you would get 11 bucks. You weren't going to get 5 plus the 10, so you weren't going to get 15. And drivers took that as stealing tips. So I kind of was confusing myself on it, but I want you to understand what I'm saying here, because this is exactly what's happening on earned by time versus earned by offer. In the old days, DoorDash gave a $5 pay guarantee. And the way it worked was they said base pay was $1. Really wasn't anything wrong. The lawsuit got filed and they ended up getting in trouble for it. So they changed it because they didn't like the way the press portrayed it and everything like that. But it was we will guarantee you $5 minimum per order. So if a customer doesn't tip you, you're getting $5. So any order you do, 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 miles, you're getting $5 regardless. But in the event that you get tipped, say $10, they're going to keep the base pay at $1. They're going to add the $10 in, it's 11 bucks, and you're going to get paid $11. Drivers felt that it should have been 10 plus 5 because they were guaranteeing you 5, so it should have been 15. So the way the drivers looked at it is DoorDash stole $4 of my money. DoorDash said, no, we're guaranteeing it, but we're not, but our base pay is $1. And this is essentially what they've reverted back to, and they've been able to do it while looking like they're paying their drivers $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19 an hour. They were able to perfect this on kind of almost a back-end situation to where it looks like they're paying their drivers more than what they are, because essentially what they've done now is they've said if you're going to participate in the Earn by Offer program, your base pay will be $2, $3, $4. Most of the time it's $2. The tips will go to you, but you will not get base pay out on a lot of orders more than $2. So it's like effectuating the pay guarantee. Now there might be some situations where they might increase it because they want to get the payout to a certain amount. But in most cases, like in this, as I suspect it will be a $2 payout, most likely, even though I'm driving 12 miles, which by DoorDash's own policy, this should, regardless of the tip they say right in the policy, tips never, ever influence the calculation of base pay. But they do, because watch, we'll see what it is, but I guarantee you it's going to be probably $2 or somewhere in that range, even though I drove 12 miles, which makes no sense based on how DoorDash tells you base pay is calculated. So what that effectuates here is the big tip. Yeah, I'm going to get $2 plus whatever it is. That's exactly how it was. It was $1 plus whatever it is. That's what their pay guarantee was. The extra amount that I would have gotten if they were forced to actually calculate base pay the way they claim to calculate base pay on orders, that gets left. That essentially gets financed by the tip. And then moved on to the Earn by Time driver, who is able to receive, who is getting paid on Earn by Time. They're collecting the lower tips or the no tips, and they're getting the base pay, but they're getting it base calculated at $13.25 only when they're active, which allows them to essentially move the orders around and parallel the orders, as I've said I've seen working both programs, and essentially allow for both programs to almost pay for themselves. Almost. I'm sure there's a little lag. And then you see where DoorDash has collected from the restaurant, from the customer, a lot of money. And you're seeing it right here as I showed you on the 2 receipts that I have here in my car. Anyways, we're about to get to the customer here and get this delivered. So I'm going to take you guys out of my ear. All right, guys. Well, we ended up having to leave it at the door because they didn't come. And I clicked in, can't handle customer. It was already up. I tried calling them. They didn't answer. So we left it at the door. I took a picture. I hope that doesn't affect things. Now, what were we talking about, guys? Check out the payout. I don't know if you can see it. It's inverted. What have I been talking about with you guys? $2 base pay, $31.12. I feel bad leaving that sushi at the door, but it was in a nice box. $31.12. Perhaps it'll show up in my ratings. I'm sure probably it might, but I mean, what are we to do, right? As Mike Tyson would say, well, what am I to do? But I don't know, man. Good payout, though. So we're talking about that. So go ahead, click I got it. Already took a shot of it. So now the question is, what will I get, if anything, next? So we've made $69.32. And I'm going to have to make a brief phone call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream and I'll come back on in a little bit. And I'll come back to you and let you know what's going on. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.